Welcome to Studio B for our brand new show entitled Birds. We have so many great artists exhibiting with us, and artists that we have never met before, and we are very, very excited about that and to be able to share with you what's going on. We're not going to talk much out here, it's way too windy, but I want to thank the sponsors of our prize awards. Victory Bank is sponsoring our Best in Show, and we have 2 Best in Show awards, and also Rich Zuber Realty, Morgan Financial, Boyertown Community Library, and the Tri-County Area Federal Credit Union. Thank you so much for supporting art and artists, and let's go inside where Amy can probably hear us a whole lot better. Sue, anything from you?
I just want to say welcome to Studio B. Remember that this entire show has been our way of honoring the James John Audubon genre of art. He loved birds, and there is a whole museum just here in Audubon that you can go see. There's another one in every state around this country, and we have the main one right here. So we are really excited to be sponsoring his idea of art. So we've got about 150 paintings here. Over 75 artists have submitted, and we're excited for you to come see it.
I'm going to walk around first. Walk around. I need to find my face shield, and I'll be back.
Okay, we'll touch base with Jane in a few, and I'm going to walk around and kind of show you the art. And as we're walking, if you have any questions or you want to see something a little closer, just leave me a comment, and I'd be glad to try to get those answers for you, or at the minimum tell you a little bit more about the pieces. So again, this is the birds exhibit. Exciting night, opening night, and let's take a walk around. Again, if you see something that you love, leave us a comment while you're watching. Let us know what you like. Tell us where you're connecting from, if you're local or if you're not local. It's a little bit noisy in here. We do have some people attending in person. All about the birds tonight.
Oh yes, that's right. That's beautiful. Are you monitoring your bellow too? You're trying to keep track of
Thanks for joining us. We're looking around the gallery. Thanks, Laurel. Nice to have you here. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining. Again, if you see something you like and you want to zoom in on something, or you want to know who the artist is or the price, just leave a comment and I will do my best. Hi, Ivy. Mary's joining us. Nice. Great to see everybody. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks for joining. award ceremony in just a little bit. Yeah, that is a gorgeous barn owl. And that's a watercolor. Incredible. And I've reached the desk, so I'm going to walk around here a little bit. See if we can look at some more pieces. Interesting and unique frame there. And we're going to go into this other room here. Okay, we've got some more oil paintings. Excuse me, sorry. We've got a little bit of everything here. This is fused glass.
Oh, is that right?
Some oils. This one's called Hunting Penguin. Some oil. Some more. Hopefully everybody can hear me. It's a little noisy in here. Everyone's having a great time.
I like Linda's photos. Good. In the other room. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have a lot of birds stuff, but I mean, these are the ones I still need to get organized.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mixed media there. Again, if you see something you really like, leave me a comment and I'll try to zoom in on it.
Oh, I'll take it when it's done that way. I use it for,
Thanks, Laurel. I appreciate the feedback. It's hard to know if you can hear me, so thanks for that.
I use it for nesting material. And then
I gave it a weird name. Polly's preferred portrait or something like that. Some stupid thing.
We have another sculpture here.
There's so much. Every time I come here, it's
Look
at that.
compost and
There it is.
recycling.
Alright.
I was actually down south for shaved wood, and I'm like, why am I doing that?
There's another crow. So we said they were a crow fan. We have another crow here. There's actually quite a few crows in this exhibit tonight.
I said, turn her this way. Just turn her a little bit more. Okay, work with me.
And then it doesn't come back.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, I used to have tirades at work with stapling, and somebody would
That's an oil called The Fisherman.
photographers that staple. I went ballistic. This is back when I worked for Lab. I went through everybody's office and did all the staplers. We're not stapling anything anymore.
Somebody on Facebook put up some.
There's a snowy owl there.
I put myself on them too.
Pretty cool.
Oh, they were great. They were fabulous. That would work well with this show. Oh, yeah.
Yes, there are probably some familiar voices in the background for those of you tuning in.
You should put it in your compost anyway. I don't have to staple anymore. That's cool. No, you should put it in your compost anyway. It's black. It's brown material.
Making our way around here. Some more bluebirds. Mixed media. It's got a really cool texture to it. And this one is called The Use of Human Shields is Prohibited. This is kind of a provocative piece here. It's got some chickens and birds and guns. Moving on. Got Misty Morning. It's called. Mixed media. And we have a black ink right there. Just if I can get around this table. All right. I'm going to move around the wine table here. Come back here and see. There's a couple pieces back here. I don't know if you can see the detail on that. It looks like she's wearing a bird on her head. Maybe a great horned owl. Penguins. Big one. The chicken. Let me go back and look at the chicken. Peggy's asking. Okay, there were 2 chickens, Peggy, but let's go over and look, and you can tell me which one you were interested in. There's this guy right here. That says mixed media. And that piece is called Feathered Bits and Pieces. Then there's another one over here. And this is black ink, and it's called Rudy. Looks like a silky rooster. And that's all black ink. Okay. All right. So back to, thank you. All right. Everybody's doing a great job of socially distancing, so I'm just trying to work my way around here carefully. Okay. The American Not Bald Eagle, this one's called. Kind of adding a little humor to it. And there's a raven, and that's oil on paper. There's another owl. Oh no, that's not an owl, sorry, that's a hawk. It's an acrylic hawk. And there's another eagle. This one's called Michael Flynn. And another eagle. Okay, just a little sculpture here. Okay, we're going to keep moving here. We've got a little puffin friend here. This is a mixed media piece. All right, keep on moving here. A beautiful photograph. Looks like somewhere out in the canyon country. We have Liz the Funky Chicken, which is polymer clay. It's got an interesting dimension to it. I don't know if you can see that from the angle of my camera, but got some more acrylics. There's a little bit of a light glare on this one. I think it's better seen in person. It's a larger piece. And that's called The Birds and the Bees by Donna Unger. Let me see if I can back up without stepping on anybody. And it's a pretty big piece there. Beautiful. It's a mixed media piece. Some snow tracks. Very cool. There's a hummingbird. There's a photograph. Sunset swim. There's a loon with a baby chick. This one's called Dirty Bird. Nice photograph with a very cool wooden frame. If you can see it, it's got like a bark edge to it. There's Bill Vitiello's photograph. There's a penguin friend. Tuxology is the name of this painting. And that's an acrylic. This is called the Sirens Song. This is all done in ballpoint pen. It's very detailed. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can really appreciate how detailed this is. It's very detailed. And it's a very large piece. Appreciate how big it is there. All right, now we have another sculpture. Okay, this is called Morning Catch. This is a wood sculpture. It's got some pieces of metal on it as well. Winter Grackle is a watercolor. Here. The artist of the Sirens Call. Let me check on that for you. The artist of the Sirens Song is Jim Meehan. If you can see the tag there, Jim Meehan is the artist. Just really have to see that one in person to appreciate those details. Okay, so again, Winter Grackle up there, and here's another one. Same artist as this sculpture. Also did this one called The Hunt. Again, it's really interesting with the use of wood and some metals. It's a very good sculpture. This one is called Hitchcock for Children. This is by Heidi Halpin. This is another really big piece. I'll step back here so you can see it. Hitchcock for Children. Again, if there's something that you are really drawn to, leave me a comment and I will try to focus in on it a little bit more. There's Swan Song. This is alcohol ink. It's the media for that. It's a composite photograph called A Hard Look. Thanks for the feedback. Thank you. All right. This is actually a chickadee, and it's a quilt. It's hard to really see that unless you get up close, but that is all quilt, which is kind of cool. Little chickadee. Okay. Here we have a mixed water media, Gale Franheiser's Pelican. All right, this is a cool sculpture up here. Belted Kingfisher is the type of bird, and it's also the title of this mixed media sculpture. Got a little bit of everything in this show. Okay, so here's a watercolor called Nuthatch. Okay, it's a watercolor by Lynn Miller. There he is. Okay. This is called Coming Ashore, and this is a watercolor. The Kingfisher. I don't know how to pronounce that artist's name, so I'm just going to zoom in on there. And that's the artist for the Kingfisher. Okay. And that artist is also the same one that did the rooster that we showed in the other room a while back. It was a three-dimensional piece as well. Not so much of a sculpture, it was a framed piece of a rooster, but same artist. So again, I don't know how to say that name. I'm not going to butcher it. There it is. Okay. Okay, Moving on, we have our Sunday brunch with birds. This was our first sale. I think this sale happened even before the show started. That's a nice acrylic piece. Okay. Here's a fiber collage called Blue Day. Again, this is, if you can look closely, it's all fiber art. It's pretty incredible, the detail that they can do with this. And there's the birds. All right. Now, this is actually a book by Suzanne Fellows. It has a bunch of different pieces within it. And we do have gloves here, so if you come to the studio in person, you can look through this book. I don't think I'm going to be able to manage to put gloves on and flip through a book and do a live. So we're just going to look at the cover for now. And Suzanne Fellows is pretty incredible, so I'm sure it's amazing. Maybe we can come back to that. Here we have another quilt piece. This is Goldfinch 3. And again, there's that detail that it's the artist is Martha Ressler again. And you can see the incredible detail in there. If you zoom in really close, you can see the fiber. Pretty cool. Okay, here's an oil. This is called Give Me Shelter. It's an oil piece. Okay. This is an oil piece called Swallows. Very cool abstract there. Moving along. Audubon's Sandhill Crane Collage. And another one by the same artist, and this is Carolina Wren. That's another collage. It's got a little bit of a glare on that wren. Let me see if I can turn it a little bit. There we go. Now you can see the wren without the glare from the lighting in here. There we go. Great. All right. All right, here is a glass sculpture. This is called Boomer. It's amazing what they can do with glass. You can see the detail in that. There's the flower. It's just it's amazing what they can do with glass. Again, that's called Boomer. It's a glass. There's the details on that one. Okay. Canvas-backed duck. There we go. There is no tag on this one, so what you see is what you get. All right. So this one is called Beauty and the Beast. This is an oil painting. Little turkey vulture there. They aren't the prettiest birds, but it's actually a really gorgeous piece with all the detail on it. Beauty and the Beast. Okay. We have some photos here from Linda Bell. Pileated woodpecker. They are very, very cool birds. And sandhill cranes in love. Sweet. And here is Phoenix, and this is another piece by Terry Dillon. We just saw a piece of hers a minute or two ago. It's another abstract. It's called Phoenix. Yeah, the turkey vulture is pretty cool, Teresa. Yeah. There he is again. Pretty incredible oil. Oh, thanks for joining us, Sandra. All right, A Fine Balance. That's what this one is titled. There's the detail there, and there's the artist information. And the same artist also did this piece called Take Cover, which is pretty big, so I'm going to see if I can back up without bumping into someone. There we go. And that one's called Take Cover. It's got an interesting, it's like a bird soaring and maybe some sort of volcano. I don't know. That might be one we need to have the artist tell us what inspired them, but it's a very interesting piece to look at. All right. Turkey, Lurkey, and Friends at Renninger's home farm stand, it says. This is watercolor on panel. It's very cute. All right, this one is called A Murder at Dawn. That's a collage. You can look in on the detail there. Above that is a cormorant. That's a photograph by Jeff Grabert. It's a photograph. We can zoom in and see that. The color on that. It's just really vibrant. Okay, we're almost to the end of our tour here. I'm trying to capture a little bit of everything that's here. More than 75 artists have contributed to this exhibit, so there's a lot of diverse art to look at and appreciate here. This one's called Foul Fear Collage. It looks like an egg that's cooking. Foul Fear, it's called. Okay, up here. I'm Schwarzwhack do your kook, it says. That's the title of this one. Looks like a cuckoo clock. Pretty cool. All right. A pair of ring-tailed parrots. This is a polymer clay piece. And you can kind of see the 3 dimensions of it if I take a sideways view, but it's got a really interesting raised texture to it. That's polymer clay. And below that, Cardinals by Gale Franheiser. This is mixed water media. There we go. Try to get away from the glare again. I've got a lot of bright natural light coming in from the front window. There's the Cardinals. Okay, over here, this is Elaine Soltis. We saw one of her pieces earlier. This one's called Rise, mixed media. It's got some great texture to it. I'm going to try to get a better view from the front here so you can appreciate the colors. I've got a sculpture here that I'm trying not to knock over. There it is. It's a pretty big piece. Beautiful. Okay, and then we have another glass sculpture here. This is called Mama and Chick. This is another glass piece. Let's see if we can get a good angle on it. There we go. Around this way. See what it looks like on this side with the nest. There's the little guy, and it's all glass. Okay. All right, and then last but not least, this is the final piece that I'll be showing you before I try to find Sue so we can do the awards. This is a fiber collage. It's called Home, Noun, a place where something flourishes. And this is a very large fiber piece here. If you can see that, it's in the front as you walk in, and it's pretty big. I'll get some detail for you here so you can appreciate all the work that went into something like this. Again, this is fiber collage. There's some faces in there. It's pretty cool. And there is a bird. Some flowers. Got some bees. There's some more birds, some spring flowers. Looks like a nest with some eggs. There we go. And then there's some more detail there. There we go. All right. I'm going to try to find Sue because we do have some awards that we're going to be doing. And if there are any pieces that you would like more information on, we can come back to those pieces. Just, leave us a comment. And I think we're ready to do awards if Sue is ready. Okay. So thanks for joining us at Studio B. This is our Facebook Live of the exhibit called Birds. And if you joined us late, we went through the gallery and kind of looked at all the pieces. Oh, there's one that I missed because someone was standing in front of it. Here's another sculpture. There's so much here to see. So I apologize if I missed anything. This is handmade paper. It's called Dove Bowl. It's a very interesting piece. There's the bowl. Let me try to show it from above. And these feathers are all made from a paper. So it's pretty cool. And there's the details on that. The fiber collage. Let's go back to the fiber collage. And yeah, the detail on that is just incredible. Let me get back to that and I'll tell you who the artist was. I'll zoom. Let me zoom in on that for you. Okay.
Did you see the Will Dexter?
That's the detail on the fiber piece there. Okay.
Thank you.
It is incredible. Thank you for the feedback. All right. It's incredible. The whole show is incredible. So I'm catching up to Sue now, so I'm gonna hand this off to her. She's got some awards to give out.
Put that on.
So we're using a microphone here so we can distance, and we can also cut down on some background noise.
And I think I'm gonna. Hello.
Here she is.
Once again, welcome to another excellent show at Studio B. So, I came up with this idea for the show more than 2 years ago when I went to this amazing event at the Schuylkill River Heritage Area, which was for the Schuylkill River Trail. Some of the people were here from that, but essentially I discovered that they were building these new facilities around for all the little Audubon places, and the architecture is so attractive and their entire drive is exactly what I'm about. So I really wanted to go and support it. And I thought they had an Audubon at the Strawberry Mansion facility, which is also an outbound station. They have climbing gear and it's on the water reserve for Phillies. It's a really fun place to go. You should check it out. But also, I discovered that they built a brand new facility at Paulings Road in what's called Audubon, but I would say it's almost Phoenixville. It's very easy between Phoenixville and Valley Forge, right? But it's just such an amazing place. And so I was looking at their website during COVID, and I really wanted to do something in conjunction with them, but at the time they were shut down and so were we, sort of. And so I decided to honor their drive. And most of the things I was reading at the time were about inclusion, which is also what we're about. And so I put out our perspectives, and we were shocked because we got probably about 3/4 more than we usually get. Turns out birding is a huge thing. So we were excited after Audubon opened up. We found out that they were interested in working with us as well. So we're going to show you the show, and you have stuff to look at tonight on Facebook Live. But I'm going to read awards out, but I also want to introduce Carrie Barron, who is, you're kind of the curator for art over there, right?
Yeah.
And so they're going to take our show after 3 months, and they're going to have it up in the summer for a period of time, right?
We are really, really excited. So I'm the center manager there. I'll keep my mask on. Is that okay?
You can do it.
Okay. And we are very excited because we always had an annual juried art show. We haven't for 2 years. And so when I heard this art show was happening, I was really excited. Sorry, I'm going to scoot back a little bit so I can take that off. Yeah. There we go. I was really excited. And now that I look through this room, it is amazing. We always were able to display art inspired by John James Audubon and kind of his love of birds. But this is already happening here. And so we are hoping that this whole collection comes to the center in June. But in the meantime, I welcome everyone to come out, whether you love birds in any form, it's all here. And it is absolutely beautiful. So we're so excited to partner here, and we're going to be doing some other programs, as well as I am going to have a live bird during, what is it called?
Coming out of hibernation.
Coming out of hibernation. So I'm looking forward to seeing any of you that are out that day. And again, thank you to Sue and Jane for bringing us in, because this is really, really special. So I'll turn it over for the awards.
Thank you that you remembered. I've forgotten it, as we know. We try to be really relaxed. We hope you appreciate that. So really, I have a lot of awards. We had 2 jurors. We had Emily Branch, who juried what we call the Artistic Appreciation Awards. And I asked an ornithologist, Allison Fetterman, and she came and chose what we would call the Technically Correct Awards, because there's some really amazing pieces here that are what I think James John Audubon was trying to do, which was really kind of record what was around when he was alive, which, you know, is great. So I have to put these little glasses on to tell you I'm going to go backwards. And I don't know if any of the artists are really here, because we have a very windy night and the gallery is as full as we're allowed to have it. Can you come help me, Jane? Absolutely. So I'm just going to read these off. Greg Didyoung, who I know is in Connecticut. And these are mostly honorable mentions, and I'm going to go backwards here. Barry McGuire, who I haven't seen as well. Michael Adams. We usually have a packed house for this. Sharon Merkel. And then I think Amy will take you around and show you these pieces too. Suzanne Fellows, who made an incredible book about birds over there, which is very, very interesting and beautiful. Cindy McGuire, who is part of the McGuire clan. And I mentioned that. You'll figure it out in a minute. John Balo. I don't know if I said that right, for his amazing sculpture back here. Brenda Conrad, I also didn't see her. Donna Unger, who did an abstract back here that's very interesting. Martha Ressler, beautiful little quilt over here. Susan Graybert, she painted on postcards, it's so attractive. Deb Meehan, who's part of the McGuire clan. And we used her work for our promotion this time, because she is part of the fray. And then the 2 award winners, who are Best in Show and will receive, I believe, another show at some time, are John Bond and Ashley Kolpak. You might know John Bond because he has his work up in the landscape on signs all over like Kempton area. And we're excited to thank everybody for participating in this show.
Martha Ressler's on. She's just sat on here.
Hi, Martha Ressler. Congratulations. Anyway, so that's our presentation for the evening, and we thank you so much. Please have a look around again, and we'll show you some of the pieces that have won.
Sounds good.
Do you want to take her around?
Sounds good. And we have a number of artists here.
It's not.
We have a number of artists. We have a number of artists here, and I've asked them if they'd like to come talk about their work. So
In front of their work.
What?
You want to go in front of their work?
Yes, I do. And so what I'd like for them to do is come find me and let's stand in front of your work. I'm looking at Jolie Shylak right now because her work is right around the corner here. Jolie, welcome to Studio B and thank you. Okay?
talk to us just a little bit about your work and where you are.
Oh, I'm over at Spring City Mills Studios in 300, and the little painting up there of a Blackburnian warbler was something that I found on the Schuylkill River Trail, and it was perfectly unharmed, and it was just kind of there being very yellow, and I had to go back to it a few times because I impulsively want to take things and use them in the studio. But so that little guy I think might have been hit by a biker, is my guess, or it could have West Nile or something.
And then you've got Turkey Lurkey over there.
Yeah, Turkey Lurkey over here.
Zoom in on this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I call it bioindicator because birds are really important in the environment for kind of telling a story of what's happening out there and whether things are good or bad and that kind of thing. So this one, we live next to a farm in Royersford, and it's the Renningers farm stand, and this turkey walked up to their chicken pen from the street and just wouldn't stop hanging around the hens. So Turkey Lurkey and his friends are a little watercolor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jolie.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing more of your work in the future. Now I'd like to introduce another new artist to Studio B. Come talk to us.
Amy Sutron. Hi. I work in polymer clay, which is polymer clay is a heat-cured modeling compound. You might know it as Fimo or Sculpey if you grew up playing with that. And I like to make colors and patterns and turn them into cool pictures.
There we are.
So those are my pair of ring-tailed parrots, which are obviously fantasy creatures.
Okay. Very nice.
And I like color, and that's what I do, and that's what inspires me.
The artwork is spectacular.
Well, thank you.
We'll show that one more time. Got a little dimension to it, so I'll show it
And
in
you
an
talked
angle.
about the play.
Yeah, it's polymer clay, right? And I mix the colors up, and I make the patterns, and they're slices from logs of patterns. That's what I do. And so there's this piece, and then there's Liz the Funky Chicken in the back. If you want to look at the other piece, we could or not.
Yes, let's go look at
Shall
Liz the
we
Funky
go?
Chicken.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to follow you.
So this is Liz the Funky Chicken, and Liz is just a funky chicken, and there's not much more to say about her except she's colorful and has lots of patterns. And if you were here, you could look closely at both of them, and you'd probably see patterns that repeat because, again, they're slices. So this pattern here is used as the same pattern on the parrots for their head pieces, but they're different sizes, so you'd have to look closely. And I think these also repeat in the parrots. And so that's the fun of the clay, is it's kind of like slice and bake cookies. I have drawers full of them.
Someone just said Liz is a beauty.
Thank you. I think Liz is pretty cool too. Thank you.
All right.
That's a great show. Come see the show.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We have another.
And here we have Walt Hugg.
Hello.
Tell us a
Should
little
I
bit.
put my
Please. Yes.
lower it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can use the microphone at the distance. Yep.
Hi, I'm Walt Hugg. I'm a photographer for many years, although I've never started putting any of my photos into any exhibitions until the last 5 or 6 years. I have this. This is a photo I took a few years back in the Grand Canyon. This is actually a California condor, which is very rare. There's only about 500 left in the world. California condor is the largest bird in North America, actually the Western Hemisphere. The wingspan of a condor, believe it or not, is 9 feet wide, up to 9 feet wide. So this doesn't, you can't tell the scale here. This was this is like a day at the Grand Canyon that had some rain, and you can see like a shower going on here with the condor going past. So this was, not too far, about 4 years ago when we were at the Grand Canyon. I have my other photo is in the other room here.
I'll follow you.
this way.
And then Bart.
Just stop. Nice. I guess I'm doing a tour here. This is, I call this Parrot Polly's preferred portrait. So this is Polly. He posed for me down in South Carolina. And I kept directing him, so please turn your head a little bit this way and work with me. So anyway, that was from about 6 years ago down in South Carolina, and I just came across Polly, and he posed for me. So there are my two photos, and there's incredible variety of birds here, beautiful stuff, and I'm glad to be part of it. Thank you.
Nancy says it's a great photo of the condor, Walt. Nancy Gottschall.
Okay. Yeah, I've never saw a condor before. All I know is that they're very rare. So.
Very cool.
Okay, Jane.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you
Walt.
got me.
Thank you, Walt. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for joining us here at Studio B for our brand new show, Birds. Once again, I want to thank our award sponsors, Victory Bank, Richard A. Zuber Realty, Morgan Financial, the Boyertown Community Library, and the Tri-County Area Federal Credit Union. Anyway, we are alive and have stayed alive through this amazing year because of our sponsors and because, of course, of the artists who continue to bring us amazing, amazing art. I always have to thank Amy Muzapapa, who is our partner here in bringing us to you through Facebook Live. And we hope that we'll be able to see you soon here at the studio. Please come and visit us. After Easter, beginning April the 11th, we will be here on Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 2. And we'd love to show you the exhibit and perhaps, talk to you a little bit more about your experiences. You can meet many of these artists on my audio podcast, Be Inspired, that can be found on a variety of platforms, Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor FM, and so on. But I've been having the best time having conversations with the many artists who exhibit with us. Their stories are incredible. They are so inspiring, and I think that you will enjoy meeting them on my podcast if you don't get to see them here at the studio. Anyway, once again, thank you everybody for joining us today, and enjoy this wonderful weather coming up and the opportunity to be outside and perhaps socialize a little bit more safely with our friends. Thanks again, Amy.